welcome back to Kelly Plans It All. I'm Kelly, and I haven't done a video where you've seen my face in a while. So, hi, good to see you guys again face to face. I actually didn't do a video last week. Quarantine is hard. Like, things that I normally want to do, I don't always want to do now. It just seems like a chore. It just seems like something extra. But I did want to do this week's video. I haven't done a favorite things video in a while. And so I wanted to share with you some favorite things that have popped up as part of staying at home. Obviously it isn't coloring my hair. I haven't got to that yet. I normally use at-home hair color, but my mom normally applies it. We haven't been visiting her since we got back from Puerto Rico. That was the last day that I saw her. So, that was about a month ago. So I don't want to like re-expose her to whoever I've been exposed to going to the grocery store or whatever. So Jonathan's going to have to get on this somehow. I'm going to have to train him to do it like she does it. I do have the color. We just got to like get to it. But there are some other things that have become more important in a work from home situation or a self-care at home situation. And I wanted to share with you my quarantine edition favorite things. So, Zoom has become super important in this time. I know for my job in working from home, I'm probably on a minimum of 4 Zoom meetings a week. Sometimes it's as many as 7 or 8. It just really depends on if there's a training taking place, if there's a special meeting, if there's something else going on besides our regularly scheduled meetings. And then my son Aiden, he has 3 classroom Zooms that happen every week. He has a Zoom for one of his drama programs, and then he has some of his like extracurricular teachers at school, like the music teacher, the theater teacher, have a Zoom time as well. That's optional, that sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. So there's a lot of Zooming. And there are some tools that can make that super effective for you. Some of them are better for all kinds of Zoom, and some of them are better for work, and some are better from home. But here's a couple of things that I've come up with. If you are someone who is Zooming socially, maybe you're having a happy hour, or you're talking to several friends while you're cooking dinner, or you're using the house party app even for those kinds of things. Sometimes if you're doing something else besides just sitting around holding your phone, you need somewhere to hold it. And so this is where a really good tripod can come in handy. And this is from Amazon, which is super important. I actually had this pre-quarantine, but I've used it more now than I've ever used it prior. It extends to hold your phone. For my phone, because I have a really fat case, I do have to take the case off to make it secure. I can make it fit in here without the case, but it just doesn't work super well. It has multiple places to adjust it to secure it, and then it has all these little bendy parts, so you can wrap it around a pole if you have like something you need to secure it around. You can make it stand lower or higher or tilt one side. And this, if you unscrew it, will tilt so that your phone will be held vertically. So it's really helpful to hold your phone however you need to hold it. If you need to like take this part off, it does come off. So there's lots of ways to adjust this, and I'll link down in the notes the exact link for this on Amazon. But it was really inexpensive compared to a lot of tripods you can find. And I think just because it's so adjustable, you can really do whatever you need to do with this. You could even use it, for lack of a better word, like a selfie stick, but you could put your phone in it and hold it to keep your phone stable while you walk around or whatever. I don't know. People do everything while they Zoom. Do not go to the bathroom while you Zoom. Don't do that. But whatever else you're doing that you should be doing while you're Zooming, or doing house party, or one of those social apps, FaceTime, even if you're just talking to like one person, this is a really helpful tool. So the other thing that's really helpful, I noticed as I started using Zoom, even with my laptop computer, for work is the lighting where I'm set up is not directly overhead. It's really great lighting, but it's not directly overhead, and it puts a shadow on my face. So you can get a little selfie light. This one, they make some that are battery operated. This one takes a USB cord, like a mini USB, and you can plug it into your computer and charge it up, and then clip it on top of your phone if you're using your phone. If you're using a computer, just, again, you can clip it. Just make sure the camera's in the open window, and you have 3 levels of light. You can turn it up as bright as you need and get a little extra light on your face so that you're not sitting in shadow. Now, maybe you want to like hide in shadow, but I feel like if I'm not well lit, Zoom somehow makes me look like a bridge troll. Like it doesn't even matter if I'm wearing makeup or not. If I have no light, like forward light, I look like a bridge troll. It really doesn't matter how much makeup's on my face. The lighting is everything. So especially if you're doing Zoom for a professional purpose, I feel like lighting's really essential. So get you some light. I mean, they do make like stand-up ring lights, and you could get really fancy and spend a couple $100, but if you're just trying to make the best of this bad situation, these are like $8 to $10 on Amazon. There's a bunch of different ones. I'll link the one that's like this down there, so you can find it. The other thing that I have gotten into is more self-care kind of stuff. And my friend Erin has been talking about the Verb Ghost hair mask forever. And so she actually got me into some of the other Verb Ghost line, the shampoo and the conditioner. And I have been wanting a hair mask. I've tried some. I've gotten some in like my FabFitFun boxes, and I've never really liked them. A lot of them leave your hair really like greasy or just kind of like weighed down, and this does not, and it smells awesome. I don't even know what the smell is. Like, I can't describe it, but it's the shampoo and conditioner smells like this too. But it's so good, and I need to use it because you can see all my little baby hairs. But it helps with that, with the little pokey out baby hair situation. But it doesn't take a lot, and you don't want to use a ton towards like your roots. You really want to get the ends of your hair more, and it just takes a little. So it's not cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than other brands. Honestly, I'll say that, than other good brands, and it lasts a long time. Because I mean, you could use it more often, but I think like once a week's kind of perfect for this. So I really like this, and I really like this whole line. They sell it online at Sephora, but you can buy it from the Verb website, and they have a rewards program. And if you're going to keep ordering it, that's probably the best way to go. Unless you're like, kind of like me and deep off into the Sephora rewards program and you want your points there. So you just kind of have to weigh where you want your points to go. If you would prefer them go towards Sephora or Verb directly, but you have options. So in this time, we've also struggled with finding hand sanitizer. The stores don't have it. There are some like distilleries that are using their like alcohol byproducts and making hand sanitizer, but there aren't really any here. Like, we have a lot of like beer breweries, but breweries don't have that byproduct that distilleries do, and there just aren't a lot of liquors made in Dallas-Fort Worth, so there is one in Louisville that I've heard about, but that would be driving pretty far to go get it, which seems like that's kind of against the stay-at-home order to drive an exorbitant distance to get something. So I received some of this in a subscription box of some kind, and I can't even remember. This is Spinster Sisters Co. spray hand sanitizer. It's like a little baby pump kind of a situation. And I received some of it a while ago, like, I don't know, 6 or more months ago. And so I thought, well, I really like this. They're a small company out of Colorado. Maybe they still have some. So I went on their website, and they do, in fact, still have some. They may be in and out, but they have more because they're making it themselves in small batches. They have more of it than, you can't find Purell, and you can't find Germex. You can't find the big, like, gallon jugs of gel hand sanitizer, but you can find some small batch stuff like this. So um, everything I've read says we're not going to really see hand sanitizer back in like normal amounts on the shelves until probably July. So it's going to still be a while. Um, so this is an option. I went on and I bought two. I did not buy a bunch because I feel really bad. You know, I made sure that I had one and Jonathan had one, so that as we're going to stores, you know, we kind of take turns depending on what store we're going to or who has the better idea of what we need for that particular grocery trip every week. So definitely, if you haven't been able to find hand sanitizer, you haven't had luck making any. I tried to make some. I had aloe gel. I have rubbing alcohol at a high volume or high strength, but my gel, like, it all gooped up and it wouldn't mix, and I had to throw it out. So that was a waste. I think the gel was just old. And by the time I went through that, there wasn't any more aloe vera gel in the stores anymore. So, you know, we're all just doing the best we can, but here's another avenue to get some hand sanitizer if you haven't been able to find any. It does have some essential oils in it. It's peppermint and tea tree, but this is not like some of the essential oil companies that put out a hand sanitizer and it's just like essential oils and water and like prayers. I don't know. This actually has alcohol in it. It's an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that does use some oil, mostly for scent. If there is a sanitizing benefit to those, that's great. But the germ-killing power comes from the alcohol that's in it. So, Spinster Sisters, they also have a great foot body, I don't know what kind of cream it is. I got lotion when I got this at the same time in a subscription box, and it was really good too. So recommended. I'll put their info down so you can order that if you're into that. So the next thing that I've been into, honestly, is a nail situation. So can't go to the salon anymore. I've tried some of the like stick-on nail situations that you can get at Ulta, and those are okay. They don't fit my nails super well. In Coco is like nail polish strips, and then there's Dashing Diva. I've tried those two. They're more like a sticker. They're not really nail polish, but neither one of them really fit my nails, and I usually end up having to like cut pieces and doctor it together, and it doesn't really. I have long nail beds, but they're not super wide. And I have a lot of nails that are sized exactly the same. So the problem with some of those like pre-cut strips is I don't have enough for all of my nails because I have too many nails that are the exact same size. But if you want options, you can order those from Ulta online. There are some like direct sales, multi-level marketing companies that sell stuff like that too. That's not my preference. That's not something I choose to support, but you're certainly going to get something similar from those. But what I've been doing instead, as of last week, is I've been doing my own powder dip acrylic nails using Revel. So I have several friends who started doing this, and I kept getting the Facebook ads. And so I'm like, what else? I'm stuck at home, want to do my nails. So I ordered some colors and some liquids. So the color I'm wearing right now, this is my very first attempt at a powder dip, and it's not perfect. Like you can see from the side, it's like kind of lumpy bumpy, but it is not bad, y'all. Like it's pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm probably gonna redo and do a different color this week just for fun, but I'm wearing Jessica, which is as you can see, it's like a bright pink with a silver sparkle, like a super fine silver sparkle. There's a Facebook group. It's like the Revel customer community group or something. I'll link it down here like everything else. But that's where I figured out like there is a delay when you order. It takes now up to 4 weeks to get your order because they're actually taking care of their employees, using social distancing, not overcrowding the facility. But that means they're working out a reduced staff and it takes longer to get your order. So in the time I waited for my order, I was reading up in that group and reading everyone's fails and tips and tricks, and came up with exactly how to do it. And I feel like it went really well. So I'm excited to keep going, but I got Jessica. I got This, it looks terrible in the jar, but it's a gold flaky glitter. It's called Prosecco. This is going to be like the base of my Hamilton nail situation going forward. This is just a clear, which is a good, it helps your glitter not get filed down if you put it on top. So I had to get clear because everything I do is glitter. This is a chunky glitter, which looks really cloudy in the jar, but once you actually put it on, it's called amethyst. So it's a gem tone. It's my birthstone. I had to get amethyst. And then I also had to get, this is Victoria. It is a rose gold glitter. Yeah, I'm super into this. So this actually may be what I put on later this week. But it was really, it has a lot of steps, but they're not hard steps. And if you've taken the time to study, which didn't take long, honestly, just read some groups, watch a couple YouTube videos. People post like full on step-by-step directions. So I just screenshotted that stuff and went with it, and it works. So I'm really happy with my Revel nail experience. So I'm going to put the shopping link below. There's a 10% off coupon code if you use my link. I do get points in my Revel rewards count. That's, you know, like I feel like every internet-based shopping site has a rewards and referral system now. So you get points, you turn them into free products. I'm always good with that, but I do of course get points when you use my code. But you get 10% off too, so it's not a bad deal. One more thing I want to talk about that I'm super excited about, it's actually been something that's kind of held me together in this quarantine time, and that is Broadway Weekends at Home. Broadway Weekends is a company based in New York that offers like a theater camp experience to adults of all ages. It's like summer camp theater experience. They teach you singing, dancing, acting. They have current Broadway actors come and teach those classes, and then you put on a performance at the end of the camp. They also go with some of the national tour companies around the country and do like little weekend or one-day workshops. They haven't done one in Dallas yet. I keep begging them, and maybe after all this is over, that will happen. But because they have all of this time and their staff of Broadway actors are not performing or teaching anywhere currently, they wanted an opportunity to provide classes to the masses virtually, and also to be able to employ their staff and pay people. So they have, I'm not kidding, probably 15, that it may be closer to 20 different classes every week on Zoom that are absolutely free. They do encourage you to tip through Venmo or PayPal and give some donation. But it's not required. No one's gonna like hunt you down and say, hey, you've been to 10 classes this week, when you gonna pay? You should pay something if you can afford to pay anything, whether it's a couple bucks or whether it's a more substantial donation. You know, every time that we get paid, I do pay for some of the classes I've attended. I give them another donation because I want to make sure that, you know, they're compensated for their time, and I'm taking a lot of their classes. So I've taken choreography workshops with people who are in specific shows. So I've learned some choreography from Mean Girls, from Six, from Jesus Christ Superstar, from Beetlejuice. Can't think of, I was going to do a Hello Dolly one and it got canceled. The instructor was sick. I've done sing-alongs where, you know, they post the song list ahead of time and everyone's on mute, but we're all just singing, and there's a Broadway music director playing on the piano. So, but there are also acting classes that are offered. That's not really something I want to do via Zoom. There's some singing, there's some music reading, there's all kinds of things. So if you're interested in that stuff at all, or you just want to try it out, like, it's free. You can go to Broadway Weekends at Home on Facebook. It's a group. Join the group. You'll get the weekly schedule. You can also go to broadwayweekends.com and sign up for their emails, and you'll get emailed the schedule every week. And then again, after this is all over, if they come to a town near you offering these classes, go do it. It seems like so much fun. I can never make it to the one in New York because it's kind of always at the end of July, and that's after I've gone back to work. And so I can't, after being out of work for 6 weeks during the summer, say, hey, by the way, I gotta like go to New York. I know we're trying to like set schedules for kids and enroll new kids, and I gotta go. Like, that's not gonna fly with anybody. Maybe one year I can convince someone to let me do it, but this is not the year. Not with all this, kind of up in the air situations with schools. And, our governor here in Texas just called off school for the rest of the year this week. Or he closed schools. They're not canceled. We're still holding virtual class, but they are closed. And we don't know yet what that means for opening back up in the fall. So this would not be the year to like decide to go to New York. Not at all. But they're an awesome company. All the instructors, they're Broadway professionals, but they're also just really cool people. And it's been super awesome to learn from them, and get, that one-on-one time with people who are in just the nicest people. Broadway people are the best people. It's a huge difference between Hollywood celebrities and theater celebrities. They don't think of themselves as celebrities most of the time, and they're just genuine people, which is super cool to interact with. So those are my favorite things: a little bit of technology, a little bit of personal care, and a little bit of my theater life that I miss so much. I've missed quite a few shows that have been canceled or postponed that I've had tickets to. Aiden's had 2 shows that he was supposed to be in that are canceled. And then, I have stuff scheduled this summer that isn't canceled yet, but you can see the writing on the wall. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when they're going to call it. So it's hard. And so Broadway weekends has been, it's been a good thing to have and be able to engage with the theater community in a different way than attending a performance, but in a meaningful way. So I've really enjoyed it. So take advantage. It's available. If you're not sure if it's something you'd ever want to do, go try it out. Try one class. If you hate it, don't do it. If you love it, keep doing it and tip them. But yeah, that's it. Those are my favorite things. I thank you guys so much for showing up for the last year and being here. It's gotten weird, and I can't promise that going forward I'm going to continue to do weekly videos, because like I said, it's one more thing to have to do when things are just hard. But I'm going to do videos whenever I feel like it. At least twice a month. I'll commit to that. Twice a month, I'll be here. But maybe not weekly right now. But thank you so much for coming. Please like, subscribe, leave me some comments. Tell me what your favorite things are. What's getting you through this time? Because I know I cannot be the only one online shopping for nail dip powder and hair masks. I'm sure there's something I haven't bought yet. Tell me about it. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.